Welcome, respected youngsters. Great to see you every day coming here, sitting and studying along with me Bhagavad Gita and other texts and chantings also. I am sure it is of good help to you and you are able to grasp the things and implement them. And wish and pray to the Lord that He removes all difficulties in your life because of which we are not able to come to class or not learn. Let all obstacles are removed, you become regular. Let all obstacles are removed, you are sincere. Let all obstacles are removed, you are able to learn. Let all obstacles are removed, that you are able to practice and grow. We all together. And again, human life is a great opportunity. Whole life is ahead of you. All inside resources are given, plus the latest one, the Gita, Gnana, etc. Outside also total opportunities are free. Freedom is given. So then don't give up. Don't get into the wrong channels of self destruction. Be wise, be intelligent, be alert all the time. As to you are human, you are supposed to evolve. Evolution is in terms of higher and deeper knowledge, theoretical and practical. For that, you have to listen, study Shastra, and do various sadhanas. While doing your own routine of maintaining yourself as well as your duties to your office or your the other obligations. वो करते हुए ये there are youngsters or people who do zero work at the every day and yet the day is spent for them. The worst kind of people. There are other youngsters who do 100 things and yet they find some time for some extra addition that day. How you manage your resources, how you manage your time and mind, how much you are, wanting to contribute, achieve, depending on that is this. Time will pass on, but how much you are dynamic, inspired, well matured, planning, depending on that, your achievement for yourself, your contribution to the world depends. Just there should be no holiday, there should be no breaks for any reason till we die. And every day our relentless studies, sadhana should go on happening along with our other duties. So I welcome you that way. Now gratitudes also that you are giving me this chance. Like every day, today also we'll have our four things. First our initial chantings. Second, because we concluded the Rudram yesterday, today I think I want to take up Krishna Yajurvediya Taitriya Brahmanam. Krishna Yajurveda, Shukla and Krishna Yajurveda. So the Krishna Yajurveda given by Vyasa to Vaishampayana and that one. Shukla Yajurveda is given by the Yagnavalkyaji. It means revealed to him. So this is a huge one. Lot of chapters are there. Every day 5 minutes I want to chant. Mainly for myself and also for those who are listening here. You may not get even that book also, but just keep listening 5 minutes. That's it. So that we tune to our Vedic spiritual culture. Thereafter, we have our Gita to study. The most sublime of the topic, the Gneyam Yatat Pravakshami is going on. Short and sweet only. We discuss today too. Then we have our mm, having our third one called as fourth one. Today we have to learn four out of four two mantras of prarthana to all our rishi munis and bhaktas. A good stotra. Only today, tomorrow. Day after onward, something else I take up. So be attentive, be regular. If you are so, then you will be tuned to all the thing that's happening, and it all will empower you divinely. If you are irregular, erratic, insincere, and then with full doubts and all, non-responsible and non-responsive, God cannot do more than this, than giving us opportunities. Clear? So, ball is in your court. Enjoy. Start. Om Shubhe Shobhane Muhurte Asyam Shubhaditau Mama Upatta Samasta Durdakshe Dwara Shri Parameshwara Preeti Anugrahartam Parabrahmana Shrutimatu Samasta ऋषीणां मुनीनां गुरूणां देवतानां अनुग्रह द्वारा उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्य बोध सिद्ध्यर्थम पुराणे इतिहासोक्त भगवत भागवत ऋषिमुनि गुरु देवता दर्शनानुग्रह अनुभव प्राप्त्यर्थम सनातन धर्म से वैदिक हिंदव संस्कृते सांप्रदायानां शास्त्राणां गुरु शिष्य भक्त भगवत परंपरायाः भक्ति योग वेदांतादि प्रक्रियाणां पुनरुत्थान पुनर्जागरण विश्वव्याप्ति विश्व आध्यात्मिक प्रगति विश्व शांति विश्व कल्याण विश्व एकता विश्व पुरोभिवृद्ध्यर्थम अस्मिन् धर्म संस्थापन कार्ये कंकणबद्ध अस्माकं सह सर्वेषाम् आचार्याणां गुरूणां संस्थानां भक्तानां साधकानां सेवकानां जिज्ञासुनां श्रेयोभिलाषिणां पूर्णायुरारोग्यैश्वर्य क्षेमस्थैर्य धैर्यादि वीर्यादि सत्शक्ति संपदा सानुकूलता साधनानां प्राप्ति बाह्याभ्यंतर शत्रुविघ्न निर्मूलन निवारण द्वारा धर्म संस्थापन कार्य दिग्विजयार्थम अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां समस्त युवानां संकल्पित सत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयार्थम तेषां हृदये परब्रह्म परमात्मा भक्ति भगवत भक्ति शास्त्र भक्ति देश भक्ति गुरु भक्ति माता पितृ भक्ति धर्म भक्ति सेवा भक्ति द्वारा जन्म साफल्यार्थम कृष्ण यजुर्वेद अंतर्गत तैत्तिरीय ब्राह्मणकस्य पारायणं तदनन्तरं गीता पारायणं गीताध्ययनं तदनन्तरं ऋषीणां स्मरणयुक्त पारायण स्तोत्रं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे भगवद्भक्तानां प्रातः पारायण श्लोकस्य आदौ नमस्कार श्लोकाः प्रार्थना शांति मंत्राः. So we do the first one today. Om 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 Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwarah गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. First chanting we have done. Now the second one. Om Shri अथ श्री तैत्तिरीय ब्राह्मणे प्रथमाष्टके प्रथम प्रपाठक प्रारंभः. ओम हरि ओम नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः. हरि ओम ओम ब्रह्म संधत्तं तन्मे जिन्वतं क्षत्रगं संधत्तं तन्मे जिन्वतं इषगं संधत्तं तां मे जिन्वतं ऊर्जगं संधत्तं तां मे जिन्वतं रैगं संधत्तं तां मे जिन्वतं पुष्टिगं संधत्तं तां मे जिन्वतं प्रजागं संधत्तं तां मे जिन्वतं पशून् संधत्तं तान् मे जिन्वतं स्तुतोऽसि जनधाः देवास्त्वा शुक्रपाः प्रणयन्तो सुवीराः प्रजाः प्रजनयन् परीः शुक्र शुक्रशोचिषा स्तुतोऽसि जनधाः देवास्त्वा मन्थिपाः प्रणयन्तो सुप्रजाः प्रजाः प्रजनयन् परीः मंथी मंथिशोचिषा संजग्मानौ दिव आपृथिव्यायुः संधत्तं तन्मे जिन्वतं प्राणगं संधत्तं तन्मे जिन्वतं अपानगं संधत्तं तन्मे जिन्वतं व्यानगं संधत्तं तन्मे जिन्वतं चक्षुः संधत्तं तन्मे जिन्वतं श्रोत्रगं संधत्तं तन्मे जिन्वतं मनः संधत्तं तन्मे जिन्वतं वाचगं संधत्तं तां मे जिन्वतं आयुस्त आयुर्मे दत्तम् आयुर्यज्ञाय दत्तम् आयुर्यज्ञपतये दत्तम् प्राणस्तः प्राणं मे दत्तं प्राणं यज्ञाय दत्तं प्राणं यज्ञपतये दत्तं चक्षुस्तश्चक्षुर्मे दत्तं चक्षुर्यज्ञाय दत्तं चक्षुर्यज्ञपतये दत्तं श्रोत्रगस्तश्रोत्रं मे दत्तं श्रोत्रं यज्ञाय दत्तं श्रोत्रं यज्ञपतये दत्तं तौ देवौ शुक्रामन्थिनौ कल्पयतं दैवीर्विष दैवीर्वेषः कल्पयतं मानुषीः ईशमूर्जमस्मासु दत्तं प्राणान् पशुषो प्रजां मयि च यजमाने च निरस्तः षण्डः निरस्तो मर्कः अवनुत्तौ षण्डामर्कौ सहमुना शुक्रस्य समिदसे मंथिनः समिदसे स प्रथमः संकृतिर्विश्वकर्मा स प्रथमो मित्रो वरुणो अग्निः स प्रथमो बृहस्पतिश्चिकित्वान् तस्मा इन्द्राय सुतमाजुहोमि नयन्त्वपानगं सन्धत्तं तं मे जिन्वतं प्राणं यज्ञाय दत्तं मानुषीरग्निर्वे अग्निर्द्वे च ॐ शान्तिः 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 done. I know you don't understand, even I don't, but it is for the sake of chanting, we are doing it the way the Patha. Now come to the third topic of the day, Geetha Adhyanam. In this, we are giving everyday introduction that we are studying Srimad Bhagavad Gita, the great knowledge Lord Krishna has given to Arjuna and through him to all of us, given in Mahabharata written by Vyasaji. Crores and crores and crores of people from the time of the Gita given till now, having studied, became successful in their outer endeavors, became calm, quite peaceful because of their inner maturity and purity, and many of them discovered the truth of the self and got the liberation moksha also. So we have taken far away from the Shastras because of the variety of the reasons. Therefore, a little extra struggle for the initial entrants. But you and I, who are listening from almost more than a year, now we might be definitely tuned to Lord Krishna, to Vyasa, to Gita Mata, and to the knowledge given here. So here through Karma Shatkam, how we have to behave outside so that our outer and inner life is happy, that is but discussed. In the Bhakti Shatkam, how we have to tune with knowledge to the Lord with devotion so that his blessings are continuous on us. Now we are studying the Jnana Shatkam, in which we are using our intellect with the help of the Shastra to see what is there in the world. The two things mixed up, one is real and one is unreal, separating them vibhag karke, what is unreal, what is binding, what is deluding, what is confusing, what is the giver of bondage and dukkha, we keep it away, and what gives us sukha shanti, we identify with it. Okay, for example, in this first of the Jnana Shatkam, the 13th chapter, through Kshetra Kshetrajna, Jnana Gneya, Prakriti Purusha Vibhaga, we are told to give up our identity with the Prakriti and the Drushya or the Kshetra, get identified with the Purusha and Kshetrajna. And that himself is the Gneya Vastu. So, to in the 13th chapter, if you see, it is Gunatraya Vibhaga. We are told to detach from the three gunas, identify with the Gunatita. So, to in the 15th chapter, Kshara Purusha, Akshara Purusha, and Uttama Purusha are told. Detach from Kshara and Akshara and then get identified with the Uttama Purusha. That is. In 16th chapter, detach from the Asuri Sampada, identify with the Daivi Sampada and use that for meditation. 17th chapter also, the Tamasic, Rajasic Shraddhas, you give them up, the Sattvic Shraddha you adopt. That's what is given. And in the 18th chapter, there is the Bandha Moksha, both are taught to give up the Bandhana path, go for the Moksha Sannyasa Yoga. So among that, in the 13th chapter, the first of the Shatkam, Jnana, we have seen Kshetram and Kshetrajna. We also studied how I, the Kshetrajna, the witness, instead of remaining so, I get identified with the Kshetra, and whatever is happening to the Kshetra, I consider to myself happening on to me, thus I suffer. About all this, we didn't know. Now the knowledge is given. Using that knowledge, practicing that knowledge, coming out of the attachments and delusion that nothing happens to me, I am the self, Kshetrajna. Anything can happen to Kshetra, it doesn't touch me. Reaching to that state is called moksha. Theory is taught to you, practice you have to do. So too, now on the seat of meditation, the Gneyam Vastu, the thing to be known, when one knows it, one becomes liberated. That's going to be spoken. But before one deserves that knowledge, or before one is given that knowledge, one should deserve in his inner purity. For the sake of that, Bhagavan taught us 20 values to practice. You understand? Like second chapter, the practice of Sthitaprajna Lakshanas to become Sthitaprajna. In 12th chapter, the practice of Bhakta Lakshanas to become Bhakta. In the 13th chapter, practice of Jnana Lakshanas to become the knower of the name. So in the 16th chapter, practice of Devi Shastra to overpower or overcome the negative. Not only this, it is systematic. We only have to tune in our mind intellect. Krishna Bhagavan to Geeta Mata to Guru Maharaj to Vyasa Bhagavan, and then tune to the subject that is taught, remember it, practice it. All the set results will come to us also. So the values aspect is taught 20 of them, which is called as Gnyanam. Now Bhagavan says, I am teaching you Gneyam. Thing to be realized, thing to be experienced, thing to be identified with. Here the name, the thing is to be known. When that is known, the atom itself becomes me. Itself becomes experienced. So the experience of the thing, knowing of the thing, becoming one with the thing are same. When it comes to the name of the Parabrahma, the Parabrahma. So here in this notice, what is given to us is indications about that Paramatma by indicative definitions. And then that state of experience which defines these words, when we sit on the seat of meditation and prayer, we reach to that experience. है. Like in the physical world, there is a place you have to go. So you travel in distance and there is a work to be accomplished. Then you use the instruments and do the thing, the work is done. Everywhere, if there is one way of doing the thing and achieving. Here, achieving the Parabrahma is through the contemplation and through the meditation. For contemplation, these words are given, which are the indicators of that Brahman. Through these words, when we reach to the heights of contemplation, that contemplation only takes us into meditation. That meditation is called experience. In meditation, I experience myself to be Parabrahman. In meditation, I may experience myself to be that Gneya Vastu. Right now, I experience myself as the body, mind, intellect because of too much of identity with them. Whenever anything happens to them, I feel it is happening to me. And all the body and the whole world in which I am involved so much throughout the day, where it has gone when I am dream, and all the funny dreams, etc., where have they gone when I am in sleep? No, is that not the proof to say that the waking me, the dreaming me is not real? They are only coming and going. Even sleep also is not permanent. That means what? I am becoming waker, sleeper, and dreamer. There is somebody me other than these three. That is called Gneyam. That is called as a Parabrahma. That is realized as me on the seat of meditation, before which we do contemplation. For contemplating, the indicative definitions of the Gneya Parabrahma have to be known. That is why Bhagavan is giving us all these are the theme of Upanishads. Upanishads means they talk about this Gneyam Brahma. They explain it. They tell where is that Brahman, place of seeing him. They tell us qualifications. They tell us the sadhana. Upanishad ka sara hai Gita. Therefore, in Gita also, that is what is taught. So, the play in of Karma Yoga done with. The play of Bhakti Yoga is enjoyed and done with. Now, the sincere, serious final play of Jnana Yoga. In this first name is to be known. So yesterday, day before, 2 days we have spent in seeing that first sloka number 13 as well as second sloka also. Today we will see the third sloka, which is the 15th one, in which also the indicative definitions of that Akshara Parabrahma, which is Gneyam, means which is worthy of knowing, that are indicated. Okay. Mm. 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 We do that. Let us start. ॐ श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम श्रीगीता शरणं मम श्रीव्यास शरणं मम श्रीसद्गुरु शरणं मम श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम शरणं मम शरणं मम ॐ श्रीकृष्ण परब्रह्मणे नमः श्रीमद्भगवद्गीता अथ त्रयोदशोऽध्यायः क्षेत्रक्षेत्रज्ञविभागयोगः त्रयोदश चतुर्दश पञ्चदशौ श्लोकौ दशाश्लोकाः श्रीभगवानुवाच फ्रेंड्स 13 and 14 shlokas we chant once and 15th one we do 4 times. Then we see the meaning. Okay. Shri Bhagavanuvacha Gneyam Yattat Pravakshyami Yadgnyatvamrutamashnute Anadimat Param Brahma Nasattanna Saduchyate Sarvatah Panipadam Tat सर्वतोक्षिशिरोमुखं सर्वतः श्रुतिमत् लोके सर्वमावृत्य तिष्ठति. These two we have done. Now the third one. सर्वेन्द्रियगुणाभासं 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 सर्वेन्द्रियविवर्जितं 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 असक्तं सर्वभृच्चैव असक्तं सर्वभृच्चैव असक्तं सर्वभृच्चैव असक्तं सर्वभृच्चैव निर्गुणं गुणभोक्तृ च निर्गुणं गुणभोक्तृ च निर्गुणं गुणभोक्तृ च निर्गुणं गुणभोक्तृ च. Together 2 times. Shri Bhagavanuvacha Sarvendriyagunabhasam Sarvendriyavivarjitam Asaktam Sarvabhruchaiva Nirgunam Gunabhoktru cha. Again, Shri Bhagavanuvacha Sarvendriyagunabhasam Sarvendriyavivarjitam Asaktam Sarvabhruchaiva Nirgunam Gunabhoktrucha. Dear youngsters, just tune. The subject studied is Gneyam because Arjuna asked Gnyanam Gneyancha Keshava Etad Vedatum Ichhami. Okay, Gneyam. What is the thing worthy of knowing? Okay. Now the answer is Param Brahma. Now the question should come. Why should that Param Brahma is Gneyam the thing of worthy of knowing? Because Yat Gnatva Amrutam Ashnute. When one knows that Brahman, he Ashnute means experiences Amrutam, immortality. So this is the direct reason why the Gneya Vastu, the Parabrahma, has to be known. Second is what? That Gneyam Parabrahma alone is absolute reality. Only when that is known, then we realize that all other than Parabrahma is only superimposed on that, therefore not real. Therefore, we should not run behind it and get lost in the delusory samsara. Dekho, it is both ways. When I observe the world and know it that continuously changing, then I must know that there is a substratum which is supporting it. Therefore, seek that substratum. Second, when that substratum, the Parabrahma, the Gneya, is sought, we know that that alone is real. From that standpoint, again, the world which we gave up earlier, we discover it to be unreal. Therefore, we will not run behind it and enter into the samsara. Now, these are very high level of knowledges, but not impossible ones. यू आर नाउ भाई 16 18 20 एज तो होंगे तुम, तो तुमको ये शुरू करना है अभी से, ये नॉलेज को बीज के रूप में लेना इन द हार्ट and just keep on gathering this data, collect. You will, when you grow and finish all your worldly responsibilities, get married, get children, get house, settle them, all that, when you conclude 50 55, that time these seeds. So why don't you tell it that time only? Why now? Because seeds have to be sown now at this age. In the old age, by that time, you will be habituated to worldliness so much that it becomes too heavy and too boring to come to spirituality at that time. But now you are sowing the seeds. So in the elderly age, when you look back, you think, "Ki un dino mein I heard Swami say, Gita, now let me study it." That type of thought bhavana can come. Otherwise, the old man you tell, he will only think about, because he has said in old age I'll study Gita. ऐसा कहा, लेकिन throughout he has not done ना. But throughout the life he was doing all the bhoga of the world, all contacts with the people. So those vasanas are so powerful. So, and once he becomes retired and old, he tries to continue them only. This Gita he never comes across. He never studies. Example are your own uncles who are retired, your own grandfathers. You look at them, कितना दुनिया में फंसे रहते हैं. Tell them to study Gita. I want you not to suffer that at that old age. You should, in that old age, in its dignity, must realize the self by doing sadhana through study of Gita and Upanishads. For that seeds are sown, not only for that future result, even in the present also. Gita, the texts have that wisdom. When you know the world is unreal, you will involve, but again and again the thought that is unreal pull you back from getting too much attached to it, giving too much importance to it, then you will less suffer than others. The one who takes the world as absolutely real and involves in it, and the world goes on changing, he becomes more disappointed. And an example, very bad example, don't feel bad. Like when I know the knowledge that everybody who is born dies, second chapter, Jata se dhruva mrityu, very deeply. Then somebody very close to me died. I suffer because they're very close, but that suffering is not for long. Because I know by the study of Gita that anybody who dies has to die. Born is to die. But if I don't know this knowledge and I am attached to that person, whomever, and that person I want him to live for long and go on serving me, helping me. Like I don't know this knowledge. When suffer that person dies, I suffer for long time. Whether a person dying or a person living or an opportunity gone away, an object has gone away, whichever they may be, they won't trouble me as they trouble others because this wisdom has come to me. Isn't it? Are you understanding how the byproduct of Gita knowledge makes us less miserable in the world? So in Gita we are told amanitvam adammitvam, we are told adveshta sarabhutanam, with these positive values practiced. And we love the world, we get loved by the world. That Vyavaharik Ananda will come. People will give us opportunities, they take care of us. So many benefits come. I'm telling you, to you at this age, the benefit of Gita. Third, you are developing devotion, so you are getting blessings of the God, no doubt, for your own worldly successes. So too, you are doing meditation and all, your heart is pure, because of which your faculties will be of the highest level, your talents will be at the peak level, then you will be able to do whatever performance you do better way, in an honest manner, righteously. You will not be corrupt that much. You will not be adharmika. You will not be a liability to the world when you study Gita. That's in short, right from the day of studying Gita till we become old and use Gita for our moksha. All the time, Gita study, Gita knowledge is only helpful to us only, not to cause any trouble to us. Therefore, adopt, take up Gita and study it. That is the essence. Okay, generally. Now, Gneyam we are seeing. Gneyam is Parabrahma. The Parabrahma Gneyam, when it is known, knowing itself is gaining it, knowing itself is being it, knowing itself is experiencing it. And what is that Parabrahma? It is immortal Amrita. And therefore, when you know it as your own self, then you will experience yourself to be the Parabrahma. Like I am, let us say, brother. I know I am a brother. Then of whom that person whom I call as my brother. Now that brother failed. Immediately I identify with the brother in me of that brother. Do I suffer or not? Identification. Or he has succeeded. My brother succeeded. I am happy. My India has won the match. Today is India South Africa first one day. Starting in 10 minutes. We are bowling first. We should win it. When we identify with the not self only, when you are jumping through sukha and dukkha, when I identify with my own essential self, whose nature is only ananda, will I not have ananda? Whose nature is immortality, will I not experience immortality? That's the meaning of yat jnatva amritam ashnuti. Okay, and this Vastu Parabrahma has to be contemplated and discovered in our own cave of heart as our own selves. So we have to reach to that level. So the one so much involved in the objects of world, he will be extroverted. The one is so much involved in the sense organs, he is also worldly. The one who only minds emotions and attachments, he will also lost in that. So the one who transcends these three, comes to the intellectual level. He alone can study Gita. He alone can listen Gita. He alone can contemplate the knowledge given in Gita. He alone can pierce inside that inquirer only the existing reality, the Parabrahma, the Gneyavas. That's why when you do Karma Yoga, Antakarana Shuddha. When you do Bhakti Yoga, Chitta Ekagrata. Then when you do the Jnana Yoga, you know the Brahma and you become infinite, immortal. Then the journey is over, liberation is experienced. I will repeat such things as many times as you are with me, so that if not today, after 3-4 years, these thoughts will sink into you. Okay, now the Lord, as per Arjuna's question, what is Gneyam, is answering. Second, not only to Arjuna, this Gneyam are worthy of knowing for everyone, because when one knows it, one becomes that, and that being Amrita Swarupa, one experiences Amrita. Yata Kagaya. Now one by one word. In that first shloka, in the second line, the three things about that Gneya Parabrahma are told to us for our contemplation, inquiry, search out, seeking out. What is that? Anadimatu. Then Nasattatu. Then Nasatu. We have studied it. Anadi means that which has no cause, but which is a cause of all causes. So too, that which is always there has not begun in time. Yeah? That which is always there, which has not begun in time. That is called Gneyam Brahma. And where do you find it? You can't find it outside. It is found in me only. So, though the point is Anadimata, you can understand it is what? Like in my life. Uh, Jagrata Avastha is Adi, starting when I get up morning. Swapna Avastha is against Adi, starting when I am trying to enter into sleep. Sushupti also is Adi Nidra, when I sleep. And they are all Anta. है ना? When the Swapna comes, Jagrat ended. When Nidra comes, Swapna ended. When I wake up in the Jagrat, the dream and the sleep ends. So they are all Adimat and Antamat. But in whose presence these three are coming and going? Somebody is there now who is saying that I was in dream, I was in sleep, now I am in waking. So he is Anadi, he is always there. And he has no cause of him. But he is the one from whom these three are coming and going. Like all waves come and go, then you should know from where they are coming and going. How? What was there before the wave came? Water. What's there when the wave went away? Water. Therefore, from where the waves are coming and going? Into the water only. Same way, there is I in me, from whom all these three are coming and going. That is real me. That is called Gneyam. That is a contemplation on this first line. Gneyam yattat prokshami anadimat. So too, nasattat na asat. Same. Asat means the karana, sat is karya. Asat is causal, very one, sat is gross. So, whatever you see the world outside is sat, because you can see that through indriyas. And whatever you see in your mind and dream also is sat, because you very clearly know it and differentiate. But what is there behind these two, into the karana, is asat, because it is not specifically manifest. Now, what is Paramatma or Parabrahma or Gneya Vastu? He is neither the grossly manifest world nor subtly manifest world in the dream, nor is the ignorance or the unmanifest of the sleep. He is something beyond. Nasattanna asad uchyate. So, this is how listening to the meaning of it, slowly practicing the meditation after 10-12 years, slowly we'll be able to focus on the self indicated through these words. And in the first day of the class, when that mathematical formula is given, you can't apply it into the sum. So इसलिए guru, teacher, 4-5 sums, he only solves and shows. Then he gives the sums to homework. You can't do them. Then you go to school next day, sorts out. Then later on, third, fourth, fifth day, you get the knack of applying that principle or the formula and find the solution to the problem. Isn't it? To the answer to same way spirituality. You have just come few days ago. Right now, everything you should understand can't possible. But if you keep on listening, everything which is appearing to be abstract and non-understandable today, you will so clearly understand, and you will be matured enough to see the truth in that sentence is what is said. Applicability, utility, everything. Okay. Then we saw in the 14th, 15th shloka, sorry, 14th shloka, uh, uh, four words are told about our same Parabrahma, which is Gneyavastu, whom to be realized. What is that? Sarvataha Pani Padam. Okay. He is the one behind every Pani, the hand, behind every Pada, the leg. So the gross hands and legs, the functionality in the hands and legs of able to work and able to walk is his only. Because of him only. Two things. Wherever the Pani and Pada hands and legs are there, here he is there supporting them. Second, wherever the hands legs are not there, there also he is there potentially in unmanifest form. If required, he will express there also as Pani Pada, like the electricity. In the whole wire, there is electricity potentially there to manifest as any of the bulb or tube when you connect. Inasmuch, wherever the bulb and electricity fans are glowing and moving, behind that electricity is there or not. So therefore, the bulbs and fans etc. are like the Panipada, the hands and legs and limbs of you and me and the entire world, animal, plants. जहाँ भी हाथ पैर है, उसमें भगवान पीछे है. So the two things, the one who is behind every hands and legs, second, the one who is potentially everywhere there, ready to express as hand and leg. A gross example, lot of mud is there. There are pots are there. So out of that mud, that pots are manifested. But in the mud also, so much of the unmanifest parts are there or not, you can manifest them. In the same way, the whole world is 1/4 manifestation of the God, unmanifest is 3/4. Padvasya Vishwabhutani, Tripadasya Amurtan Divi. So why we explain this one here? To say that Sarvata Pani Padam. So all the time, whenever my hands and legs are working, it is His presence because of Him. They are working in you, in everybody. Isn't it? Sarvata Pani Padam. Hands and legs, they are karmendriya. So to the jnanendriyas. Second point, sarvataha akshi shiro mukham. He is the one who has got the eyes, head, as well as the mouth everywhere. Means what? In and through every mouth and eye and head, he alone is functioning. Undifferentiated manner. And in him, potentially, there is a chance to express the Panipada and Akshishiraha everywhere. Sarvatokshi Shiromukha. Therefore, generally it is said he is behind all Panipada and all Shira Akshi. But for us to recognize, we have to focus on our own hands and legs, our own head and eyes, then mouth, then how they are functioning. Who is the one in whose presence they are functioning? So the existence of the body part of the mouth, let us say, and within that the tongue, which is two in one, both karmendriya, it talks, jnanendriya, it tastes. So how the talking tasting is happening? There is something behind, no? कौन है वो, उसका आपको कॉन्टेम्पलेट करने से द ज्ञेय परब्रह्म पता चलेगा. Unfortunately, that Gneyam Parabrahma being our own selves subject, it cannot be brought in front of us and shown like any other object is shown. Please understand, that is the biggest thing. If it is shown objectively, then who is the subject who is seeing it? So too, anything object is not me. So too, object goes on changing and perishing. Then when it is changing and perishing, how it can be Amrita, immortal? You understood how many logics I told you? Therefore, only on the seat of meditation, by transcending all our Dhendra Buddhi, it is me. In that way, you can experience that Brahman. No way you can see it. No Guru can show you. Guru can only indicate like this. And you also, through following these indications on the seat of contemplation, when you experience Brahman and when your disciples, friends and come and ask them, यार तुम्हारे गुरु तो तुमको नहीं बताया, तुम मेरे को बताओ. You will say that beta it cannot be shown. As my gurus taught, that way only I can tell you. As I contemplated, you also do. As I experienced it, you will also experience. That is the thing. Why? The Brahman is indicatively defined. He cannot be brought in front of us. He is only experiential. Okay. So Sarvatokshi Shiromukam, then Sarvatah Shrutimat. And he is the one who is having ears everywhere. Means wherever the ears are there of the man, animal, birds, whichever is there, it is he only there as pure conscious existence supporting that audition ability. Sarvata Shrutimat Loke. So to Sarvama Avrutya Tishtati means what? He is that way, therefore, permeating everything in this world. And our drushti is on those things and beings. That which is permeating, we are not able to see, just like we are seeing the waves. Therefore, the water which is permeating the wave, we are not able to recognize. These examples are easy. Seeing the water in the wave, etc., seeing the mud in the pot. But the self being so sublime, the upadhis being so powerful, transcending them and seeing the self appears to be little difficult. And it is so, but impossible nahi hai. All the Rishi Muni going to forest, staying in the ashram, throughout the day, what they do? They only reject all the upadhis and then reach to the self on whom these are all superimposed. So the meaning of this, the last line is what? Ki, Sarvata Shutimat Loke Sarvam Avrutya Tishtati. He is there everywhere, but being covered by those things and beings. Knowing it, now focus on yourself. Sarvam Avrutya Tishtati is very important. Sarva means all parts of my body. Avrutya means permeating. Tishtati means stays there without changing itself. Something is there in me. That is there in my nose also, ears also, eyes also, kidney, pancreas also, all these physical. So to beyond all my कर्मेंद्रियास ज्ञानेंद्रियास कोई है सब में रहकर सबको काम कराते हुए किसी से भी कोई अफेक्ट नहीं हो रहा. That is the Gneyam Param Brahma. Meditate and realize it. So these are the pointers given to us. Okay. In today's sloka number 15, little subtle things that are told. Only one thought I'll share. Slowly, steadily only this subject I believe we have to study. Okay. Now, what is said in the earlier sloka as Sarvamavritta Tishtati, uska extension he in the 15th sloka, the first one which we will see. Now, what are we doing? Indicative definitions of, indicative explanations of the Akshara Parabrahma who is Gneyam, we are listening. And him we contemplate. On the contemplation of seat, we experience him as ourselves. Then we become immortal. We experience ourselves to immortal. Then all the mortality, all the struggles, everything end. Okay. Now in this sloka, the first one is Sarva Indriya Guna Abhasa. Beautiful thought it is. Means what? All Indriyas. 10 of them and 4 of them, 14. Guna. Each one of them have their gunas. Means the functional abilities. Now, through each of those gunas, indriyas and their gunas and their functional ability, actually, what is revealing is he only. So simple an example. Every bulb glowing, every fan moving is indicating the presence of electricity only. But we are interested in the fan and bulb, therefore we are not able to recognize the electricity. In the same way, we are interested in body, mind, senses, and their indulgences in the world. Therefore, that because of whom they are working, we are not able to see. Rather, each of the parts show the presence of that person, that Paramatma in us. So, the showing the presence of Paramatma, these Indriyas are functioning to tell that Sarva Indriya Guna Abhasam. The Abhasam word is used. Abhasa means indication. Like the chapel are there outside of your father. No, it indicates that father is inside. You have not seen him. In the same way, the functioning with all its gunas, all the gunas, all indriyas indicate the presence of him. Means if the father is not there, chapel are not there. So too, if the self inside him is not there, none of the indriyas and their gunas function. Then what is that? because of whom the Indriyas 10 plus 4, 14, and their functionings are happening. This contemplation is called spiritual Vedantic meditation. This takes us to the Akshara Parabrahma, who is immortal, therefore I get the immortal experience. In the same way, Sarvendriya Vivarjitam, Asaktam, Sarvabhrut, Nirgunam, Gunabhoktru. 5, 6 words are given as an indicative definitions. Like you are sent to railway station to fetch somebody, then your father gives the indications. He is fat, he wears this dress, so he is this complexion, he walks like this, isn't it? Nowadays तो सेल फोन है और वीडियो कॉल्स है, इस तरह से होने के कारण we are able to go and receive the person, and no need to go only, you send only a car on some online book करके. But those days when these were not there, we were given the indications, holding on to that indication, like he is very fat, so all the thin people you reject. He is short, then in the fat all the tall you reject. Then he is fair in complexion, then you reject all those people who are blackish, isn't it? In that way, by doing neti neti, you come to that person. Then you go, oh, are you friends? So yeah, I came to receive you, thank you. In the same way, indicated is the self in us, the Akshara Brahma, through all these words. When you work on them, we reach to him. So he said, I'm very happy at this your age. You are given the seeds of this sublime knowledge. This is what Hinduism. This is called that self is Sanatana. Knowing that self, myself is my dharma. Therefore, I am Sanatana Dharma. This is Sanatana. This is Bharatiyata. This is what is the real evolution. All the outer things, whatever you require for your life, that should be enough. Else, we get lost in identifying with them and doing all the negative and suffering at the cost of our inner spirituality. That is why the Bharata Desha, our Shastras, the Adhyanam, the Adhyatmikata are very essential. Thank you. Tomorrow we'll continue better. Now, today, 2 shlokas of Sri Bhagavad Bhaktanam Pratah Smaranam. Early morning remembrance of the great devotees and rishis of our Sanatana Dharma. Okay, Geetha is over. One word only I explained to you. Sarvendriya Guna Bhasam. One line. Sarvendriya Vivarjitam. Tomorrow we will see. Asaktam Sarva Bhrutchaiva. Nirgunam Guna Bhoktrucha. These things 10, 12 times if you listen, na, all the vagueness of the initial days goes away. You will be able to grasp the meaning of words and sentences. Then you start feeling meaningfulness in these sentences. The tougher the subject, the effort should be more to understand it in the same way. And when you practice, as much guarantee is given to you to understand when you practice. Like the guarantee that when you don't listen 3-4 times, you will be in the confusion only. तो 5-6-7 बार सुनो तो तुमको समझ में आएगा क्या बता रहे हैं भगवान कृष्ण और क्या उसका हमने एक्सप्लेनेशन किया इधर. ओके. ओम श्री भगवत भक्तानां प्रातः स्मरणम. 3 mantras today we do because they make one sentence. 4th one tomorrow. What is that? The names of all the bhaktas, rishis are told. Then toward the end, every morning when you remember them, what will the result? Jivet varshasatam sopi sarvavyadi vivarjitaha. So whoever are remembering all these rishi muni early morning, they will have long 100 full years of life to live with full, not only health without any diseases, but also the energy. Then they will be able to reach not only the worldly goals, but even spiritual. These saint sages whose names we take, we can invoke their grace on us. We can invoke their presence in us. When the prayers are very intense for many, many years, you can see each of the saints blessing us and we evolve in our knowledge, wisdom, etc. Okay. Who are they? Prahlada. First name. The Hiranyakashipu's son, the greatest disciple of Narada, greatest devotee of Narayana Vishnu. So in the 7th skanda Bhagavata story comes 3-4 times I spoke to you. You must study Prahlada's story actually from Bhagavata. सिनेमा में अच्छा दिखाते हैं लेकिन सिनेमा वाले बहुत सारे ऐड और एडिट करते हैं. So original you must study. When you can study when the books are there, why not? Don't ask how come the book is authority. It is given to us by Vyasa without any change from that time onwards. अब अभी crucial time पे तुमको faith नहीं है तो I can't help you. You should have only. So Prahlada, then Narada. Who is Narada? प्रहलाद जी के गुरु, सारे भक्तों के गुरु नारद इज ब्रह्मदेवास मानस पुत्र. Narad ji, you all are familiar with him. And Narada's character is the one which is maximum destroyed and assassinated in our Hindus through the cinema, etc. नारद जी को, नो, ही इज मेड एज कलह भोजन. यमराज को, चित्रगुप्त को चित्र विचित्र रूप से हम इंसल्ट करते हैं. डोंट डू दैट. डोंट ब्रिंग देम टू द लेवल ऑफ ह्यूमिलिएशन एंड sarcasm. अच्छी बात नहीं. देर ऑल ग्रेट सेंट्स. प्रहलाद is the greatest of the bhakta. Narada is the one who created all the bhaktas. His writings of Bhakti Sutras, Pancharatras, his mission of creating devotion in every of the persons and tuning the bhakta to God and reporting to the God about the bhakta, nobody does in this world. Narad is very much there even now. So Prahlada is great bhakta who was subjected to every type of killing, yet he has not gave up his bhakti to Narayana. That is his greatness. So Prahlada, Narada. Then the Parashara is Vyasa Bhagwan's father. Then Pundarika is one of the great. Pundarika is the elephant. The Gajendra Mokshme, the elephant which has prayed to the Lord. Lord came and protected. Then Vyasa. Vyasa ji we all know. है ना, द ग्रेट सेंट वेद व्यास भगवान का ही अवतार है. पराशर सत्यवती पुत्र. अम्बरीश वन ऑफ द ग्रेट भक्तस. Durvasa Ambarisha story comes in Bhagavatam. Then Shukacharya, who taught Bhagavatam to Parikshit ji. Shaunaka ji. Shaunaka is the one who asks Suta to tell about all Bhagavatadi. Hundreds of years they sit and study all Puranas. Shaunaka is the one again who studies Vedanta from his own guru, Angirasa Ityadi. Then Bhishmacharya, we know the grandsire of Kauravas Pandava. So Dalbhya, another great bhakta. Then Rukma, the Rukma is also great bhakta. Angada, Anuma, we know Sugriva, Vali's putra. Arjun to tumko jante ho. Vasishta is a great saint, one of the seven. Again, mind born of Brahmadeva. Vibhishana, the greatest bhakta, even ito Rakshasa. Then Punyaniman, Parama Bhagavatan Smarami. All these great grand devotees of the Lord, wherever they are born, some are man, some are Rakshasas, some are human, some are animal, but they are great bhaktas. I do smarana of them every day so that they bless me and I get inspired to become bhakta like them. Okay, this एक ही श्लोक आज काफी है. ओम अत श्री भागवत भक्तानां प्रातः स्मरणम. टुमारो विल डू 2 डे आफ्टर 3. और क्या है? ओम प्रहलाद नारद पराशर पुंडरीक व्यासांबरीश शुक शौनक भीष्म दाल्भ्यान रुक्मांगदार्जुन वशिष्ठ विभीषणादीन पुण्यानिमान परम भागवतान स्मरामि. I'll tell some of the stories of them tomorrow. आज इतना काफी है. प्रहलाद नारद पराशर पुंडरीक व्यासांबरीश शुक शौनक भीष्म दाल्भ्यान रुक्मांगदार्जुन वशिष्ठ विभीषणादीन पुण्यानिमान परम भागवतान स्मरामि. Again, प्रहलाद नारद पराशर पुंडरीक व्यासांबरीश शुक शौनक भीष्म दाल्भ्यान रुक्मांगदार्जुन वशिष्ठ विभीषणादीन पुण्यानिमान परम भागवतान स्मरामि. Iman punyan parava bhagavatan smaram. These greatest bhaktas of the Lord, for whose sake the Lord took avatar and came and blessed them, I do smarana, and through them or from them I learn how to be a devotee. Then the Lord will come in my life also to give both the permanent bhukti and mukti to me. Okay, then the next 2 shlokas also remind us of some more saints. So these 4 shlokas have at least 20, 30, 40 saints and devotees. With 1 minute of chanting, every day we can remember to them, every day we can be blessed by them through prayers, we can get them as inspiration. And we can remember them. In that way, we can get inspiration from them. So let us continue tomorrow. So Bhagavad Bhaktanam Pratasmaranam we have done. Geetha, 13th chapter, 1 value, Sarvendriya Gunavasam. We tried to explain. Tomorrow we will explain it more. Then we go to Sarvendriya Vivarjitam also. And before that, we have started today specially the chanting of the Taittiriya Brahmana Krishna Yajurveda Antargat. It will take at least 2-3 months. Big text it is, huge mota tagda. I have to do every day 5 or 6 anuvakas only I can chant. Then before that our everyday chanting. So that way, general chantings, Vedic chanting, Gita chanting and meaning, and Stotra chanting and meaning. How many things we are giving to equip ourselves, empower ourselves divinely. Now it is you who have to decide for yourself, want to come regularly, learn and empower or not. And in my belief, it's only spirituality and divinity is most powerful to protect us from all problems and give us strength to achieve all successes. Thank you. Om Durjana Sajjano Bhuyat Sajjana Shantima Priyat Shanto Mucchete Vandebhya Muktaschan Numojet Asatoma Sadgame Tamasoma Jyotirgame Mrityorma Mritangame Om Purnamada Purnamidam पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ओम शांति 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 हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो परम ऋषिभ्यो परम ब्रह्मणे श्रुति मात्रे तत्सद ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु बोल श्री कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान की जय गीता माता की जय वेदव्यास भगवान की जय सद्गुरुदेव भगवान की जय समस्त श्रोता भक्त साधक सेवक उपासक जिज्ञासु धर्म संस्थापक गण की जय समस्त युवा मंडल की जय भारत माता की जय सनातन धर्म वैदिक हिंदव संस्कृति की जय आध्यात्मिक जीवन विधान की जय. Friends, be regular in these classes. Though it is tough, difficult in the initial days, continue for 1 to 3 years. All that matured knowledge, having gained which, you come out of all small little silly things of the worldliness and sufferings and mischiefs. So too, you will be having higher and greater goals, and all goals and dharmas that are there for us to achieve. Even to achieve them, the required staminas, powers, knowledges, which are very, very essential, they all will be gained. Therefore, I welcome you and I appreciate your presence. And I can also request you to inform to all your friends who are like minded so that more and more can get benefit out of this. Thank you. Mm. Yes, see you tomorrow.